it's nice to meet you here today.
Hi Nasha, nice to be here.
Can you share a bit about why you're here today and what you do?
So I'm here because first of all, I'm a part of the Center for Asia Leadership Indonesia, and this is I think the 8th year I've been joining Kali, and I'm really thrilled that this is the first time for me to speak at the ALC. It's such an honor for me to be here, so I'm very happy for my session tomorrow.
Very excited for our session
Yeah.
as well. Can you share a bit more about what your topic will be about tomorrow?
So my topic is about global cooperation, the top issues that we will address in this current global situation. And I will be talking about how today we are facing a tectonic shift, or the Germans say Zeitenwende, which is a turning point in history where major shifts are happening. Some people say that we are facing a polycrisis where multiple crises are happening at the same time. We see that we're facing energy, food crisis, and then there's also so many other crises happening at once. So the question is, what are we doing about it, right? And from the pandemic, we have seen so many lessons. There's a retreat from multilateralism, there's inward-looking mentality, but then again, there's also good instances where countries come together and collaborate on issues that are very, very important to them. And in these instances, in these examples, I see two principles. One is the promotion of inclusiveness, where countries come together without alienating any other countries for the common good, for the common interest and the common good. And second of all, it's also promoting a sense of collaboration that tries to address the most pressing issues together. And this pertains to the paradigm shift. So the paradigm must be about how we can collaborate together, help out each other in a way that is really beneficial for the greater public. Yeah.
Since you share a lot about global cooperation, can you share what it means to you as a person?
Global cooperation to me is about reorienting, redefining, and recontextualizing what cooperation should be, not only at the global level, but also regionally and also at the national level. For me, again, it's about inclusiveness, it's about partnerships that matter, it's about how we adapt to current realities and respond to current necessities, as well as how we anticipate future shocks. I want to give a good example of what we did in the past 3 years during the pandemic. Bilaterally, I want to talk about Indonesia and South Korea. We were struggling in the beginning of finding a cure for vaccines, right? But there was also another necessity, which is PPEs, the protective suits. Nobody was producing that. So Indonesia had the raw materials, South Korea had the technology to do it. So what we did, based on the communications that we have, the close connections between South Korea and Indonesia, we came together and we had this kind of innovative partnerships. And we had a joint production both in South Korea and Indonesia. And in these kind of times of crisis, this is a good example of how we can come together and solve the problem together, rather than trying to look and fulfill our own interests without thinking about other countries. That's just one of the things, that is really inspiring, for me.
Since you work a lot with a lot of people from different countries, do you face any challenges like cultural barriers, language barriers, and so on? And how do you overcome them?
Well, culture. Well, I come from Indonesia, which is a very diverse nation with more than 300 local languages. So facing a diverse society is sort of like my daily life. But I also learn a lot of values in where I come from, and I've been moving around the world since I was little. So I know that the spirit of tolerance is very, very important when we engage with people, to understand what their thoughts are, their background, to understand their context of their culture, so that we can respect them in their own right. So I think this is something that we also need to have as a value in trying to engage with other people in a global society of nations. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really learned a lot from you about global cooperation.
Thank you so much, Nanshan.